Yo, what's good? I'm back with these videos, bro. I'm back making these videos. So I know I stopped for a little bit, but I think it's good to keep just documenting my thoughts, my actions, such as right now, I'm making this website on Go High Level. I don't know if y'all saw that. Did y'all see that? I think it's good because just having a large database of me just talking to the camera, I think it's going to be really useful in the future for when I'm able to use that database for AI somehow. I don't know, maybe upload my consciousness into an AI and then I can live forever maybe. Nah, just kidding. But today I wanted to talk about just reflecting on my journey. I think about when this all started because I know that this isn't a common thing to do, just starting a business, trying to make a lot of money. I know this is not something that most people want. This is a goal that only a few individuals have. This desire that gets planted into your brain at some point in your life, and then you just don't get rid of it. So for me, it's kind of hard to remember when it was really implanted. Maybe it was really early on because my dad was a businessman, and from the time I was born, he had his own business. He sold websites and he had his own office, he had employees and all that. So maybe it was planted even that early on. But I remember in middle school, I would sell candy. Sometimes I would sell Pokemon cards. So I did always have it in me. And then I remember in high school, I started to get more into the make money online space when I probably looked up something along the lines of how to make money online. And I think I probably saw a bunch of videos, but the guy I remember the most is Bia Hessa. I watched Bia Hessa. Obviously, he was doing drop shipping at the time. I don't think I ever took action at the time with drop shipping, but it did expose me to the make money online space. And ever since then, I just remember seeing all these young kids. I remember seeing Bia Hessa. That boy was young and he was making all this money. And that's where it started, I think. Just the belief that this is actually possible. I can actually do it. But after that, basically just kept my life going. Didn't really take any action making money wise. I was in high school, I was a sophomore, junior, so I was more focused in on my friends and playing tennis, which is what I did. And I guess college, because that's what everyone does, right? When you're in high school, most of your friends. And I was in a college preparing class, I guess you would call it. It's a class that prepares you to go to college. So it just seemed like the obvious choice to do. So I did. I graduated. I went to college and only lasted one semester there. I don't know. I think it was just feeling like I didn't have that control that I have with owning my own business. That is what I was studying. I was studying business management, but even then, the classes that you had to study at first, it's not even anything to do with business. I was learning a writing class, which is ironic because just keeping it a buck, bro, it's not a skill that's gonna be very valuable in the future with AI. Another class was politics, American politics, which now looking back, I think it might have been interesting, but it just went over a lot of history, and at the time it's just something I wasn't interested in. And I think that's important. I think you should be able to learn what you want to learn when you want to learn it, not because you're being forced to. But college forces you to learn things that sometimes you don't find interesting. What else? I don't even remember the other ones, bro. But that was it, bro. I just left it after one semester because other than that, I still didn't have many friends. I lived at home, so I had to commute to school. I did join a tennis club and I did go to one tournament with them, and that was pretty fun. But even then, when you're just an entrepreneur, it's just kind of hard to fit in. Your whole base, your whole foundation is different from most people. Most people just want to live like a calm life, like a safe life, something consistent, something secure. And for me, I'm okay with not knowing what's coming next, or I'm okay with just a more volatile way of living. So I dropped out. And then after that, I just struggled with mental beliefs. I just struggle with limiting beliefs. And I've been aware of that, but I think maybe I had to put more effort into it because it's so easy nowadays to just get distracted and not have to worry about anything. You could just scroll on TikTok or watch Twitch or whatever, clock into your job and then clock out and then just do whatever you want. So for the past, it feels like I haven't been doing much for the past 4 years. I'm 22 years old. So since I graduated college, I've been all the common distractions like chasing girls. So I've tried stuff. It's not like I haven't been doing anything at all. I've tried stuff and I made money. I did an e-commerce store that actually did do a couple grand, and that was pretty cool. But we kind of slacked, me and my business partner at the time. So then we made a couple $100, but we didn't really scale it. I also found opportunities. There was 2 solar eclipses that happened near my hometown, and I bought a bunch of eclipse glasses beforehand from a wholesaler, and I just sold them in person. I just made posts on Facebook, and I made 2.5K in 2 days from that. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, I was attracted to a lot of MLMs, which is, I don't know how to feel about that, honestly. MLMs are a waste of time in my opinion. Yes, you can make money, but it's going to take a lot of effort. It's not very high leverage. It just takes a lot of effort, and you could do way better things with the time that you're spending on that. But I spent a whole year inside MLMs. I worked a bunch of jobs. I worked at Planet Fitness, I worked at McDonald's, and I just kept doing, the whole time I stayed inside the online, make money online space, just watching, just lurking. I watched all the big guys, all the Iman Gadzhis, all the Alex Ramosi, all the big guys, Jordan Welch, and it's cool, bro. It's inspiring. So I just decided that I wanted to be in that game, because it's just a game. You just decide to play the game or you don't. And I want to play the game. So that's it. It's as simple as that. Obviously, a big part of it is a mental thing, but I think you just have to remain conscious, and you just have to remain focused and not distracted. Because when you distract yourself and you're not spending time alone with your own thoughts, and you're not recognizing those limiting beliefs when they come, then they're just chilling in your brain. But you have to be able to recognize, and you have to be able to eliminate those beliefs. So that's what I'm doing now. I've been doing it, but I don't know why. It's just so easy to keep. I haven't been the most focused I could be, but I am gonna be more focused. And so right now for business, if you guys even care, I have a good trash bin cleaning business, which is a service-based business, which is basically like a job that I created for myself. It trades my time for money, but it makes me better money than working at McDonald's, and I don't have a boss. So that's pretty cool. I'm working in an agency that sells different digital services such as Facebook ads. I'm dealing a lot more with AI now, and it's cool because it's really interesting. And it's really high level tools such as the call agents, the phone agents that can take calls for you, or they can qualify people or book appointments for you. So those are pretty cool. I still haven't closed anyone. I took a few sales calls, and I actually got really close to closing one guy, but I don't know why. I just wanted to pitch him in a 10K package, and I know that he wasn't at that level. But I don't know why. I just wanted to feel like I could sell or offer a 10K package, but it obviously didn't work out. If you don't have much experience, it's going to be really hard for someone to trust you with a 10K package. So now I'm starting with smaller pricings, but I'm going to keep increasing as I go on. And then my plan after that is to expand into the content creator niche, because that's a really high level client to focus. Because obviously if you're a creator, you can make a lot of money, but not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of creators make money. There's actually a lot of creators that are really broke, and you can help them make money. So that's a pretty good one. And then after that, I want to eventually start or like an AI, a GPT rapper or whatever. because I think I have so many ideas, and I think it would be fun to start my own app or software or whatever. Something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about a lot of things. So I'm sure I won't struggle coming up with ideas. But that's once I have some cash flow flowing in, and then I could just chill and work on something that might not give me immediate results, but it might give me a big result if it hits. So that's my plan. That's what I like. I like AI. I like marketing. I like making content. I like sharing my story. So I'm just doing what I like now. Sometimes you just gotta find joy or enjoyment in the work that you do. So that's what I'm doing. But that's pretty much it. I don't know if I'll make these every day or how often, but I'm gonna keep making these. Maybe I'll make more blog style videos in the future. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video.